Hi, my name is Jeff Evatt, Principal Solicitor at Your Divorce, Australia's leading online divorce provider. Today, I'm here to explain 7 ways that you can prepare for your divorce. The divorce process can seem complicated, but using these 7 steps can make the process a lot smoother and quicker. At Your Divorce, our vision is to provide a stress-free and respectful divorce for both parties. I've previously explained that using the team at Your Divorce is a great choice, and we've released a blog and a video titled 8 Reasons to Use Your Online Divorce, and you can review those videos on our website. But for now, let's focus on the 7 key steps to get your divorce underway. The first step, or step 1, is diarise the date. To be eligible to apply for a divorce, you must be separated for at least 12 months from your former spouse. During this period of separation, it may be the case that you are still living under one roof for at least part of that time. You should keep a diary of important dates and notes. This could include the first separation date, or if you got back together for short periods. Also, if and when you notified government authorities such as Centrelink of your separation. Also, you may have told friends and family of the separation. Getting those dates noted can help us organise a smooth start and provide our best advice for you. The second step is to locate your marriage certificate. When you lodge an application for divorce, the court will require a copy of your marriage certificate. This can be the formal document from the Registry of Births, Deaths and Marriages, or alternatively, the court will accept the ceremonial copy provided at the wedding by the wedding celebrant or priest. If you have a good photograph of the document, then it can be used. If your marriage certificate is lost, then you can go online and order a copy from the Registry of Births, Deaths and Marriages in the state where the marriage occurred. If you are married overseas, most countries or regions have records you can access online. The third important step is to collect other critical documents and upload them to a safe place. When applying for a divorce, other important documents are sometimes required to be lodged with your application. Things that we will need include a copy of your photographic ID, remembering to copy both sides if it is your driver's license. A passport is also handy if you have one. If you were born overseas and have become an Australian citizen, then we will need to receive a copy of your citizenship certificate or Australian passport if you now have one. Other important documents include any healthcare or concession card held by you. These will significantly reduce the filing fee charged by the court. We will also require a copy of any other court order involving family law matters. This could include children's or property orders, or there could be an order to do with protection or domestic violence matters. Finally, if you are living in Australia and are not a citizen, but you hold a Medicare card more than 12 months old, it is useful to upload a copy of that or any visa information you have that demonstrates your right to stay in Australia. A Vivo search can be helpful with that. The fourth step is to put aside some funds. To obtain a divorce, unfortunately, there are some costs which will be incurred. The major cost is the compulsory government court filing fee. Currently that is $990 unless you hold a healthcare or other concession card, where this cost is reduced to $330. If you need to reorder your marriage certificate, you should budget around $70 to $80. Our service at Your Divorce assists in undertaking the divorce for you, and our professional legal fee is usually $770 for this service. Usually the only other cost incurred may be in organising a process server. If there are difficulties around service, then you may need to budget about $250 in this regard. Not all of these costs need to be paid up front, and instalment arrangements are usually possible. Step 5 in the process is to gather and record information as to the location of your former spouse. The court requires the divorce application must be brought to the attention of your former spouse. That is, unless you have a joint application filed by both of you, which does require cooperation, and about 4 and 5 divorce applications are brought by the one party. So they are called individual applications, and service on your former spouse is usually undertaken by post, or we arrange it in person through a process server. If you have details such as a telephone number or email address for your former spouse, that would be helpful. Also, things such as their social media, Facebook and the like, can be helpful in arranging service on your former spouse. Lastly, if none of those methods can identify the location of your spouse, it can be helpful if we have any contact or location details of any other family member who may be served with the application. Getting this information together early will speed up your divorce application process. The sixth step in preparing is an important one, which is confidentiality for your safety. When making an individual application for a divorce, there are sometimes reasons, for example in cases of domestic violence, where your address and potentially details of your children, such as their school, must be kept confidential. The court process allows for your address and details of your children to be kept confidential for good reason, and our systems at Your Divorce support that need. When commencing the divorce process, it is important to advise of any confidentiality requirements or safety concerns so we can appropriately deal with that in the paperwork. Your Divorce will safely and securely act as the middle ground if this applies to you. The seventh step, which is equally important, is did you live under the one roof after separation? Due to economic constraints, care of children or other reasons, it is not uncommon for parties to live under the one roof following separation. If this is the case, then you should jot down some key points about how you lived separately. Some matters to consider may include: did you live in separate rooms? Did you eat meals together or separately? What arrangements were made to manage children? Wasn't there an ending of the personal or intimate relationship? How were bills, such as power or electricity, paid? And if you're able to provide that information when preparing your application, then the necessary documents can be prepared quickly and economically. If you are submitting an individual application, then a third party, such as another adult family member or friend, will need to swear a statement known as an affidavit to confirm that you did live separately and apart. Identifying who that person might be will assist in undertaking your application as simply and quickly as possible. So let's look at a summary. Getting ready for your divorce requires some preparation and thought. But if you follow the 7 steps that I've outlined, then you will have everything at your fingertips to assist in completing your divorce application. This will save you considerable time and expense in bringing your marriage to a conclusion and minimise any stress or inconvenience. Once these steps are covered and underway, then you are ready to start your application with Your Divorce. You can find your application online at your-divorce.com.au, or if you have any further questions, you can always contact us by email at help@your-divorce.com.au. Thank you for listening, and best wishes from the team at Your Divorce. We look forward to being in touch.